This is AppleTechBeast with the fifth video in the series of WWDC Releases, and I said that right for once, yay. This is about iOS 7, the most important part in WWDC, I guess. I think that, and I'm sure you will if you actually have some sense in your brain. But yeah, let's get on to some things about iOS 7. So, iOS 7 will change the way people use their devices, so, the way they unlock the device to the way they scroll on the home screen and the way the home screen looks, and just everything is completely changed, and hopefully for the better, and I'll show you why in a bit. Then after they sort of said a load of things and had an inspirational video showing how people use technology in their lives, Apple sort of showed a load of show-off figures about their company. So let's just quickly tell you these figures and then we'll get on to iOS 7 itself. So, they said that there are 600 million iOS devices worldwide. iOS's web share is 2.5 times that of Android, so it's quite good. The iPad tablet market share is 82% to 18%. iOS devices have the #1 customer satisfaction award 9 times over. iOS has a 97% satisfaction rate. After sort of all these, Apple kind of mocked Android by saying 1/3 of Android users are using operating systems from 2010, and then they went on to show a graph of Apple versus Android's updates, and it's sort of a battle of the updates showing how Apple sort of have more than Android's in major updates anyway. And then, like I said earlier, before I get into the actual iOS 7, Apple then said the massive statement that iOS 7 is the biggest change to Apple since the iPhone. So there you go, you can kind of get how big iOS 7 is going to be, and let's get into it. So, the OS itself, well, basically it's a massive redesign to iOS. So, as you can see there, that is what the home screen on the iPhone looks like, and all the icons are completely different. They're all like flat, and they just look really sort of tidy and neat, and they just look sharper almost, just cleaner compared to iOS 6 anyway. And well, in fact, all the other previous iOSs, because they were all like shiny and made to look like real life when they weren't. So, for example, like on the on the lock screen, on the iPhone anyway, if you don't actually have a slider anymore, you can just slide left or right. It's just a thingy. It just says slide to unlock. You'll be able to see on that picture, and yeah, it's quite cool. And then everything, even down to the typeface, is different. It just looks really neat. Like on the home screen, lock screen, again, you can see there that the typeface is different. It's just cleaner, sort of not easier to read, but it just looks nicer on the eye. And this is all, by the way, thanks to apparently the collaboration between Johnny Ive and the design team. Apple kept sort of mocking the fact that they used stitching and green felt in the game center. They just kept mocking the fact that iOS 6 and the previous generations of iOS were like that. So one of the really, really cool features is that on the home screen, this is just a really small sort of feature, but on the home screen of the iPhone 4S and above, might be on iPads, they haven't really said that yet. So, when you have the phone like that, the icons are, on top of the wallpaper, like usual. They actually move, when you move the phone, the iPhone knows where the phone is, sort of, with the sensors and gyroscope and all that. And it actually moves the icons to make it look like they're floating above it. So yeah, that's going to look really cool. And if you look at some iOS 7 beta videos that people have done, you might be able to see that on there. So yeah, put some links to that in the description. So on to some more features and apps. So one of these apps is the update to the weather app. And on the old iPhone weather app, it was just like a picture of what the rain would... say rain would do. And it'd just be rain. Still image. But now there's amazing animated moving images of the weather weather things, and yeah, it looks really, really cool. I can't show any videos on here, but I'll show you some pictures there. But yeah, that looks really cool, and I guess that's because of the sort of collaboration between Apple and Pixar, because they are linked somehow, and I can't remember how. The animations are pretty awesome, and that sort of animation applies to quite a lot of things on iOS 7 now. I don't know what, but the transitions in between, unlocking the devices and going into apps and closing apps and stuff, they're just the fun now. So like when you close an app, it sort of zooms out and then it zooms back in again when you open it. When you slide to unlock, all the apps they're all like bunched onto the screen, and it just looks really neat and playful and not sort of all not standard, but like just boring and like stuck up like the old iOS generations were. So Messages has been redesigned with sort of the new typeface, and like with the keyboard, they've actually made it so that the behind the letters there's like a transparency sort of thing, and that applies to like Control Center and Notification Center, which I'll show in a second. It just looks really cool. So like whatever's behind it sort of shows a blurred image of that. I know there's a word for it, but I can't think of what the word is. But yes, it shows like a blurred image of it, like it's is it opaque glass? I don't know, but it looks like it's glass behind the keyboard, so that's really cool. Folders have been changed, so instead of being able to have like, I don't know how many apps, 20 apps on the iPad anyway, in the folders, you can have as many as you want, I think, because you can scroll through them all, like left or right or whatever. And it looks really, really cool. So, yeah, there's a picture of them, and they are redesigned as well to look all flatter and just better and fun, yeah. New gestures have been added to iOS 7. So, for example, one of them is on iPhone anyway. You can swipe from the bottom of the screen to reveal Control Center, which I'll show in a second. And another one is where if you swipe from the left of the screen, so like your finger's off the screen and then it comes onto it, you can go back. So, like on iPhones, you haven't got a back button as such. So, that's the basic back button. And that's a gesture, so it saves space on the physical hardware features and adds it onto the amazing software of iOS 7. So also there are more multitasking gesture things, but I don't really know what they are. But one of them reveals the amazing new, multitasking bar, and that's a picture of it there, and it just looks amazing and really neat and just amazing considering it's on a mobile phone. But yeah, and by the way, I've got hay fever, so that's why I'm sniffing. I'm sorry. So Notification Center has been completely redesigned. Well. Yeah, sort of completely redesigned. So, like I said earlier, you get the blurred effect of glass, like transparency sort of thing behind it. And also you can look at it from the lock screen. So like when you're on it, you just slide down, you can see notifications. But I guess you'll have to put your passcode in before you can do that, because otherwise that means people will be able to look at your notifications. But anyway, that's really cool. But nothing else really has been changed in the way it like operates anyway, because it's good enough anyway. You don't really need to change that. But anyway, let's just break up all these massive facts and all this information with a quote that Apple said, and it was, installing iOS 7 on your phone is like getting an entirely new phone, but you already know how to use it. So yeah, that is true, basically, and it's amazing, and that is why it is the biggest change to Apple since the iPhone. So yeah, let's just get on with some more things, and the next thing is Control Center. So it's a completely new thing to iOS itself. We haven't had anything like it before, and it's basically what this jailbreak feature had, that you could, if you jailbreak your device, you can get this thing, and this is what most people use their jailbreaks for. And it's basically where you can access all the important settings that you'll need, like aeroplane mode, alarms, Wi-Fi, and yeah, basically it's that. So if you swipe from the bottom of the screen, I think, it reveals it, and that is a picture of it there, and the picture will also show what it does. And a cool feature is, like, in the middle of the night, if you want to access it, and you can access it from the lock screen as well, if you want to access it, then you just swipe, and you can click on, say, a flashlight, and it'll bring a flashlight up, like the LED on the back of the phone itself. So that's really, really cool, and yeah, that's just, yeah, it's a massive feature, I suppose, because it just helps the way you use your phone and the way you use your life. That doesn't make sense, but yeah, you sort of get what I mean. So this is sort of a big thing, and it's that every app will have multitasking features anyway, because on other generations of iOS, they had to limit the amount that multitasking was used due to the fact that battery life was compromised. So use big words here, compromised because of that. So now they've managed to do that without it compromising battery life. So it will work by noticing frequent usage patterns, remembers it, and then it only turns on multitasking when you use when it thinks you're going to use those apps. So say if you use Facebook in the morning and the evening when you check it, it'll only turn multitasking on those times, so it doesn't waste your battery. Now that is clever, and it's a bit like AppNap on OS X Maverick. If you want to watch that video, go and watch it. But yeah, that's that, and that's called intelligent I'll write it there, but intelligent scheduling. There you go. Safari has had a completely new update, and it is completely redesigned, as you can see on that picture. And it uses a full screen browser now. So say when you're scrolling, it'll have like the bar where you type in your stuff. Can't remember what that's called. The search bar, let's call it. It'll have that, and then when you want to scroll, it takes those away to reveal the full screen, so you can see all your stuff. It also has a higher FPS scrolling rate, so you can see, it's just smoother scrolling. It includes parental controls. It has a smart search field, so I guess that knows what you like, or it'll guess it or something, I don't know, like Google does, I guess. It incorporates iCloud keychain, which is where you can have all your passwords and emails and codes and stuff synced across all of your Apple devices, and that's just a new feature that was released in WWDC actually, but that's a cool feature. It has an incognito mode, which is secret mode basically. Bookmarking is improved, as you can see there, so just improved bookmarks, like the old iOS Safari, wasn't very good for bookmarking. It just had a bookmarking thing and then you could bookmark it and it was just a list of bookmarks, but yeah, that wasn't very good, but then now they've improved it, like you can see on that picture. So yeah, you can now, it's got a new reading lists thing, so that basically means that you can read things when you're offline, so you save like articles to your phone, and then you can read them when you're offline, which is really cool, and that's completely redesigned, and I think it might even be new, but yeah, there you go. Also, improved tabs, so that means that they're not limited to 8 anymore, as you can see there. You also get iCloud tabs with this, like Google Chrome had for iOS. So it'll sync across your computer and your mobile device, sorry. So, nearly getting to the end now. The next thing is called AirDrop. Now, if you're a Mac user, then you'll know what AirDrop is, and it's basically where you can share files with anyone that is in close distance to you. And basically, you can, when you turn it on, it will show the nearest devices, and then it will let you just drag files to it and send it to them. And it's a bit like Nokia's, or the NFC thing anyway, it's not Nokia's, I don't think, where you can just swipe things and it'll send things to them or messages. But you don't have to bump them. Like Apple said, they mocked that, and they said, no need to bump phones, ha ha ha. They said the fact that you don't have to bump phones is a better thing, which I suppose it is. Because then, if you're in class, say, you don't have to go up to someone and smash your phones together and notify the teacher that you're on your phone. But anyway, it's only available on those devices, sorry. That is the iPhone 5, iPad 4, iPad mini and iPod 5, if you're wondering. Anyway, now I've got to go to my sheet because I haven't typed this bit up. So, basically, the camera app is completely redesigned, as you can see there. So you get live photo filters, so when you're on the Photos app itself, you'll have live photo filters, so you can click on them and it'll show them live. You can swipe to gain access to different modes, so like if you're on the camera mode, you swipe and it goes to video mode, swipe and it goes to a different crop mode, like square, or something like that. So in the new Photos app, you have, say, like when you have an event, it analyses the pictures, and it sees like a certain pattern in the pictures, like the lighting and stuff. It doesn't just look at the date, it looks at the information in the pictures, it utilises that, and it orders them into what they call moments, and it basically puts them into events automatically without you having to type them in, name them, and put dates to them and everything, and that is really clever and really cool, and catching up with some things that the other smartphones and stuff are using. It also does that sort of things with the GPS places and stuff like that, so it'll put it on a map like iOS 6 did, and but that'll do it automatically. It'll turn GPS on when you go into the camera app, which is cool. So yeah. Also, when you're in that moments mode sort of thing, when you're in the events, you can zoom in and it'll show like a month, and then if you zoom out, it'll show years. Sort of thing, like the calendars apps thing. You can also share video via the iCloud photo sharing service thing. So Siri has got a new interface and logo, as you can see there. It's got a new voice, so you can choose new voices, and they just sound like really realistic and high quality. And you can also say things like that. So you can say really high quality, like things that you'd actually say to a human being, not like, what's the weather today? And that's a simple question and it knows that all the time. You can actually ask proper questions and it'll know them, and it's really clever. They've just basically updated it so it can answer better things. So those things are like Twitter, so you can ask like what's the last post from a certain person on Twitter or Facebook or something. So that's cool. You also have iOS in the car. So these car manufacturers are introducing iOS in the car in 2014, and there's the picture there. And basically it's where you can put your iPhone or iPad somehow into a dock, and it'll pop up on the screen, and then it'll show you like all the maps, navigation services, and all your music and stuff right on the car thing. And then using Siri car thing, you will be able to tell your car to do things like Siri, but you won't have to touch your phone, so it's not illegal, and it's really cool. So you could like tell your car to play some music and it'll play it right off your iPhone, and yeah, or you could text someone using Siri, I guess. So you could be like, text mum, hi, or something like that. So that is 95% integration, and it shows messages, maps, just everything like that on the screen in the car. App Store has been redesigned, and there's a new feature where you can look for apps based on your age range or gender, and this thing called Apps Near Me. So like if you're say in New York, it'll look for apps that are related to things to do in New York, or places in New York or something like that. App Store now updates automatically, so that is really good. You don't have to have the flipping numbers on App Store apps icon things, because that's annoying. Also, Music app has had a new redesign interface thing, as you can see there. Yeah, basically you can have all your iCloud videos and music accessed from one device. So if you have it on your iPhone, it'll sync to your Mac and your iPad and your iPod and everything like that, so that's really cool. So you get things like, so you can turn it sideways to see the album view, and the other way to see the normal music player view. This is sort of related to Music app, so yeah, it's called iTunes Radio. You've probably already heard about it. There's the logo for it there. Basically, it's built into Apple TVs and iTunes in Mac. It's free with ads, but can be subscribed for no ads, and it's only available in the US, but it will be I guess released to more countries like after it's been released. It's built into the Music app, like I said, and it's got like trending songs on the Twitter feed sort of thing. So if you sign into your Twitter, then you'll be able to see the trending songs on that and play them from iTunes Radio. Also, you can create your own stations and share them to friends, like Spotify basically. And you can see your history, and you can buy the songs if you like. So yeah, it's basically a free music. It's basically Spotify built into all of your Apple devices, and you can make all your different stations, and it's good. I mean, Spotify's not bad, is it? It's really good. So yeah, thank you, Apple. That's brilliant. So these couple of extra features that aren't really in a group of their own. You can do high quality audio only calls, that's called FaceTime audio. So instead of having to waste your networking internet, you can just do voice call. Say if you look bad, if you've had a bad hair day, you can just call someone using your voice, and that's good. You also have notification sync, so if you dismiss a notification on one device, you don't have to do it again on all the others, which is really good, because on my iPad, say, I accept friend requests, and then on my Mac it'll pop up and it'll be really annoying. Also, you get phone, FaceTime, and message blocking, which you never had on the other iOS's. So that's useful if you really hate someone. Just block them and they won't know. Activation lock is also in iOS 7, so that's basically where if a thief tries to steal your phone and try to turn off Find My iPhone, which is the thing that lets you find your iPhone and wipe things off it if it gets stolen, or if they try to wipe the device itself, they won't be able to deactivate. They won't be able to, because you have to know your Apple ID to be able to do that. That's basically what activation lock is, and it's saving a load of iPhones from getting stolen and used by thieves anyway. It also has 60 frames per second video capture, and can have physics in animation in the OS itself. So developers, there you go. You can have physics now. So iOS 7 is available for developers in beta today, which was 10th of June. A bit late, I know, and that's for iPhone. And for iPad, it's in the coming week, so that could be now when I release this video, in fact. For the public, it is released this fall, so that's autumn if you're in the UK or somewhere where they don't use the word this fall or the fall. It is available for iPhone 4 and later, iPad 2 and later, iPad mini, iPod Touch 5th gen. So, to all you people that have iPad 2 and earlier, or iPod Touch 5th gen and earlier, which is basically everyone, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to get this amazing software. So, basically, the summary of the whole of WWDC is that Mac OS X Mavericks has been released, MacBook Air has been released, MacBook Pro has been announced, iWork for iCloud has been announced, iOS 7 has been announced, yes, iTunes Radio has been announced. So, WWDC this year has been pretty awesome and has been the biggest change to Apple for quite a long time, according to Apple. I don't know why I zoomed in, it's awkward now. But oh well. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you've watched the whole series, that really has helped me. And if you haven't noticed, I have got to 50 subscribers already. So, I might do a celebration video, so just keep your eyes out for that one. And the next video will be coming in about a week. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment if you like, and thank you for watching, and goodbye. Might have already said thank you for watching before, but thank you for watching. Goodbye.